HP3 Breathe Freely is the formula for the pulmonary constitution. The pulmonary constitution is all about youth. My child, my youth child, my son, particularly the youth of the male youth. But this could also be the youth of all of us when we go through a period of growth. We start to become youths once we step off our mother's laps and start to learn to walk and talk and feed ourselves and take on extraordinary, exciting new adventures in our lives. There are some very important key words for the pulmonary constitution. These are self-respect, pride, dignity, freedom, a wonderful sense of being free to run around and be a young person without all the complicated responsibilities of adulthood. This constitution is extremely interesting. When we are hurt during our time of growing up, during our youth and puberty, this often has a serious impact on the way we breathe, on the way we digest and eat and manifest, an assimilation and absorption of nutrients, energy absorption, fresh air, love, all the succor that we need to grow healthily as little children. The pulmonary constitutional formula is very supportive of the breathing, the digestive system, and of course the right-sided bladder meridian, which in Chinese terms refers to our reproductive organs on the right. This is a very important formula for children when they're growing. And if we're hurt during this period in our lives, this can impact throughout our lives for the rest of our lives. Our children are desperately badly disturbed in modern society, and it's very, very worrying that there are many things that impact on a child's innocence and ability to grow up. I'm extremely worried and nervous about the high levels of radioactivity and low emission radiation, and also children who are not allowed to be out of doors and have lots of fresh air and exercise. These are vital, vital components of our lives and our ability to grow healthily. Breathe Freely is a very important formula, particularly for all of us when we've been hurt during this vital period of our lives. The pulmonary constitution is vital, elegant, slender, beautiful, active, sporty, loving the fresh air, loving to be out and about doing things. This is an interesting constitution in terms of intellect. This constitution loves music, loves sound. They like to hear things. They like to listen to beautiful sounds and beautiful voices. So the correlation with that is that when they're being treated cruelly with cruel, sarcastic words, this has a negative impact on their breathing, a negative impact on the way they develop and grow up. It's a very, very powerful and important formative time for all of us. When we look back at our childhoods, if we've been hurt as children, and that hurt can be rejection, we often grow up with a deep sense of lack of self-worth. We may abuse ourselves. We may eat too much or too little. We may suffer with conditions such as bulimia or anorexia. We may lose weight whenever we're stressed. We may have difficulty with our breathing and not be able to breathe properly. We may have difficulty with fresh air and freedom and not want to go out of doors. In modern society, we are very concerned that our children are being corrupted, and it is very traumatic that little children are not allowed to be children anymore. This does have a very serious impact on health. We were all children once, remember, and many of us, when we grow up with this hurt, we carry that pain, and it can have very serious repercussions on our lives and on our health. This astonishingly powerful constitutional formula to support youth and childhood has a very important role to play whenever there has been a lack of an ability to forgive people who have hurt us. Forgiveness. Remember that when we forgive the people who've been cruel to us, it is we who make the fullest recovery, not the other person. This is a monumentally important formula for our children. Breathe freely, heart power number 3, green. If you'd like to know more about this formula, please don't hesitate to contact us.